continuing on return to Florida, and we're back in Living with Leviathan, call it the dark side, and I'm sharing with you some writing that I've done in conjunction with my third book, His Children Are Far From Safety, and it is on specifically the subject of Leviathan. And so whereas the word has been used, as I've referenced in the Bible, it's also been used in books, historical books and writings associated with economics, with the state, and particularly with perpetual war, or the war state, or the sometimes also conjoined with that the security state is another association that's often mentioned in conjunction with the war state. So that said, without going any further as to Leviathan, let's get into the presentations that I have for you, Living with Leviathan. I begin with a quote from one of my favorite, G.K. Chesterton. He writes, "Most modern freedom is at root fear. It is not so much that we are too bold to endure rules. It is rather that we are too timid to endure responsibilities." Too timid to endure responsibilities. Writing about Leviathan. This word Leviathan appears in a few books of the Scriptures, one of which is Job. Leviathan is a massive, indomitable beast, a colossus from which the closest association or similarity might be a dragon or serpent. In the context of the Scriptures, this reference symbolizes the sovereignty and supremacy of God over even the most formidable of creations. My purpose for presenting this topic goes beyond the initial reference and application to the inspiration given Thomas Hobbes and Robert Higgs. In his book, Thomas Hobbes used the word in association with government, the matter, form, and power of the commonwealth, ecclesiastical and civil commonality, or which was commonly called Leviathan. So it had a rather extensive name. You'll see a few evident pieces of alterations to the language, such as the word form here with an E on the end, but it was commonly referred to his writing this book, Leviathan. According to the content at Wikipedia, the book is often considered one of the most profoundly influential works of the political thought ever written. Details of the book and author are not considered in the following content, but for the purpose of application or use of Leviathan, limited information is provided in the form of what is called the very squashed version of Leviathan. So squashed means, of course, condensed. From the website shown here, the following summary of the book with attention to Leviathan as state. God's natural world is imitated by a man in making the great Leviathan, or commonwealth, or state, which is but an artificial man, with sovereignty as soul, officers as joints, reward and punishment as nerves, wealth as strength, laws as reason. The power of man is his ability to obtain some future good, and all men, all mankind, have a perpetual and relentless desire after power. So these are a few of the precepts that we think of.